Okay, today I'm going to be experimenting again. And I've cut out, I've got 2 sets of each color cut out this way, and I'm going to show you how I cut them out. And there's 6 petals on each piece. I got to work on the end pieces, they ended up getting cheated. And they're supposed to all be the same size, but some of them are smaller. And I'm going to show you how I cut it, and then we're going to experiment. Okay, I've got 2 strips that are about 15 inches long, I suppose. And I'll hold my finger up. I don't know how wide it is, but that's how I did all of them. And now I want to get 6 petals out of this one, say 15-inch piece, however long it is. And so there, that'll be 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So they may be a little smaller. I had that left over. And I'm going to cut out around this spoon because I'm going to use a spoon in my petal melting process, or petal burning, whatever you call it. So I just want a little extra. I want it to be a little bigger than the spoon. It may not work, but there's one way to find out. Looks a little wider on that side, but it'll be alright. I'm definitely not a perfectionist. Okay, now I'm going to remove the spoon. I hope I had that on camera. I'll run my scissors in here and just cut down a little ways. Flip it over. Do the same on this side. So you can kind of tell, since I don't have a lot of layers, I can kind of tell where the middle is. I tried it with a lot of layers and with these cheap scissors, and all those layers, it was just ugh. And now, okay, I've cut down, and now I'm gonna cut toward the center, but angle a little bit toward the bottom here, where it's got that angle. And then I'm gonna do this side. And then we'll open it up. It looks similar to the others, and what I'm hoping is when I do the melting. Now this fabric, I don't know what it is. The others are polyester. I read the tags because it was clothing. Well, except this one was window shears, and I couldn't find a tag telling what kind it is. I'm no fabric expert at all. I don't know my fabrics. This feels more, I don't really know what it is. But I got some foam that my boyfriend uses when he's heating kydex to make holsters or whatever. And I'm probably going to leave these corners just because I'm lazy, and it might give it a good shape. And then I'm hoping I can lay it, squish it down into the foam, and then heat it with my heat gun and get a flat place there and curled up around here. I'll try and see. Okay, I realized I was going to have to separate all these, or the heat would affect the one next to it. And I also, after I cut them apart, I cut off this little extra on the sides where it'd be kind of like a stem, I guess. Have something to glue it to. Okay. Now I'm going to put the... I've got the brighter side facing up. I don't know if that's how I should have it, but this foam is really hard, so I can't push into it like I thought I could. But maybe I can mute this sound. I'll try after I upload it. Let's see which one's low. Alright, we'll start with low. see. Let's see what we got so far. Let's see which way. It's kind of working. And kind of not. So I'll keep going. I may switch back to low. Some gloves would probably come in handy because some of the heat comes up to my hand. I think it'll work if I keep practicing. I wonder if I turn the spoon over. Let's try that. That rounded top may work better, I don't know, with the spoon upside down. Of course, it may pucker underneath too. Okay, I think it's looking good. Looks pretty good to me. I need that top piece done a little more. I had seen a video. Someone was doing something called frying fabric. And they wasn't doing flowers. But they would like heat the fabric and it'll even get holes in it. Well, where am I at? It'll get holes in it where the heat's held too long. But this is really crisp. That's one thing. Your flowers won't be as soft using this method. But it made a pretty good looking petal. I'll try a different fabric now. First I'm gonna see if I can get my screen where it ain't upside down because it's hard to tell where I'm at. Okay, now I'm gonna try it with this gold fabric. Can't hardly see it on there, but it looks like it'd melt easy. So I'll start on low. Maybe if the edges weren't so long, like a bigger spoon or a smaller petal. I was going to cut the petals smaller, but I'll just try the same fabric again. Okay, that time I just kept it blowing on it, and it gives it a petal shape. I don't know if it's any easier than using a candle, probably not. Oh wow, look at the dark spot on that foam. I don't know, might need to use something else. But this is made for like the Kydex, the hot Kydex. But I forgot, this one's cut all crooked. I had cut some of these shapes. I wanted to try it just holding it down in the middle with a screwdriver maybe. I was going to do just perfect round circle, which might would have been better to try this with. Not what I planned. But now if I used a whole circle, I'll cut a circle and try that. Okay, I cut some round ones, and hopefully I won't melt the end of our screwdriver that I'm going to use. I'm going to put it right in the middle and push down as much as I can. Let's see what we got so far. I wonder if I could do all the layers together. Maybe I'll try that. Looks like I'm missing a layer. Oh, I didn't. I didn't use the green that took so long. So let's try this. I think when you use the circles, they call it a lollipop flower. I don't know. Probably not a good idea to do them all at the same time because they melt at different rates, so let me melt that side down just a little more. That's kind of pretty, but the golden one, it kind of sunk in there. Let's see, where's the others? Okay, I got all three. I think these circles were a little larger. What should I do with this gold one? Maybe I'll put it on top. At least maybe it'll show if it shrinks away. Now with the little round pieces, I think it works pretty good. And then I could layer them together. It looks pretty good, doesn't it? And then, let's see how to look if I just roll up a little yellow piece. I'll try one of these petals I started with. Like for a little, like if you put a little centerpiece in it. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? For the round ones, it'll work. The thing is, you just have to experiment and figure out if you got one like this gold fabric or well yellow, whatever. And then, well, they're stuck together. I guess I could always take them apart. And it might be a good idea to take them apart and rearrange them so that, you know, if they're bent in the same direction, it might show up better if they're not. That bottom piece ain't. Yeah, I'm really happy with this. The other, not so much. But this I am. That just looks pretty. And if I'd used colors I actually like a lot, I would like it better. But I didn't want to use my favorite fabrics. So, but that's pretty. I'll be doing some more of this. Okay, now I'm going to try to make a little centerpiece for that flower I just made. I just rolled up some of that blue fabric. I think I'll flip it over and do this side a little bit. Even though it's melted pretty good. Okay, I got on some white paper now to show it better. And I'm getting excited about the circle pieces. And you can tell, well, I didn't get all my ink off, but I'm just experimenting. But you can tell that one's not real ruffled. If you did them one at a time, they could, but it's more complicated that way. So I'm going to turn it upside down to glue them together. And like this side has a lot of ruffles, so my next piece I'm going to put more ruffles. Like more ruffles are on this side, so it'll go on the side that's flattest here. And I never think ahead to have something to hold that down. I might need more glue. I can go back and add more. And then it's smooth there. And this one's ruffled over there, so I guess if I put too much glue though, I might end up with a big lump in the middle. Or a big stringy mess like that. Maybe that way. Maybe it'd be easier if I put it on the back of this. Okay. The strings are pulling on it. Now I'm trying to decide which way to... Yeah, probably like that, because it seems to be leaning more this way. That'd be awesome if I could make a lot of flowers that easy. As far as the melting the edges part goes anyway. And then my last little piece. I didn't prepare ahead of time to see where it's wrinkled most. Okay, and with the center, cut it in half. And you know, it's all kind of melted together. I'm going to try to unroll it, see if I can make it a little larger. Oh, maybe. Looks like I need it shorter though. So I'll cut some of this extra off. Hopefully I ain't messing up. Put some glue on that. Stick it in there. And that piece is really kind of dark. Let me take it out. If it wasn't so dark, that would have been good. Anyway, I'll put a different centerpiece in it, but that's a little... It needed heated a little more. Well, I can glue it. I'll go ahead and do that. Get rid of this string. And that way it won't be so floppity. It doesn't make real soft petals like if you like to sit and play with your flowers, because they're so soft and fluffy. Because these edges get, you know, a little bit stiff, like melted plastic. But hey, this was my first try, so, you know, get a good gas mask and try a few more times, and And just think if that was some pink and white or pink and beige, some shabby chic, maybe some green with the pink. But these colors are pretty. I gotta have a centerpiece now. I'll put a centerpiece in and try to get a screenshot. Hope y'all like it and try this at your own risk. Let's see how that looks. I don't like that either. I just don't know what to put in the middle. So I'm gonna stick with the same gold color. And I've already glued this point down, and I'm gonna make the same kind of flower I made with the burlap mall just to go in the center. Because I figure maybe if it's not a different color, it won't look so funky. But this is tiny. It's gonna be really fun to work with. Fold it back and roll. We're getting our little shape. I may have glued in the wrong spot. Let me go ahead and roll it. Okay, now we'll fold back again. It ain't gonna be perfect. Mother Nature's not perfect. My mirror tells me that all the time. Okay. Losing control. That's one thing. When you're doing this stuff, you ain't gotta be perfect. Especially at the beginning. Fold back and roll. It's getting all a bunch of little strings sticking out, which will be fine. Roll it. I keep losing my point. Okay, there's my point. Let me glue again. And then I'm going to hold it the way I like to hold it. Holding it by this little stem, I tend to lose control easier. Okay, and even though my triangle piece is gone, I'm just going to fold it back like it's there. We'll pretend. And I'll continue this and then I'll be back. Okay, I'm getting close to the finish line. Now if this don't look good in the middle, then I just don't know what it's going to need. But it's probably about as big as I need it. But I was going to show you when it starts getting this big and I'm making them this flat, I go in from the front side sometimes to glue. Of course, as I'm going to show you, I mess up. There we go. And then I'll just glue this piece down. I'll have to have it glued real good because there's going to be glue all over the back of it. My flower's hung on the scissors. And there's the tail. And there's our finishing piece. And this was the hem off of the curtain I used to get this fabric. It looks pretty good, but probably a button or something would look better. I don't really have a button. Well, I'm sure I do. I might go dig around before I glue that in just to see, because I got some of Mama's buttons. We'll see how that'll look. Okay, I've tried a lot of things for the centerpiece. One of the funny ones was a Bunch'em toy. That's my grandson's. And I get the jewelry when it's marked down really cheap or at thrift stores. And that would look okay, but for experimental flower I ain't going to take them apart. But the white, I think it's too white. And one of those beads would probably look good, but I'm not going to take it apart for this. And this is what I really thought would go good with it, but it's a little not the right shade. I don't think. Well, it might be. So what I'm gonna do, or maybe, you know, a few pearls. That pearl's little. So it's gonna be the flower. But just showing you, like, if you see old ugly jewelry, gaudy jewelry, marked real cheap, get it, and use it in your crafts. Hold that down a little while. It'd probably look better if I'd have made the centerpiece a little smaller. But there we go. My pretty flower.